Hello everyone, my name is Miranda and today I'm going to discuss whether or not I believe colleges in the United States should be 100% free. So, as college students, we all know how expensive college can be. We are all accustomed to opening up our email inbox and seeing that email talking about a balance being due. And although college can be stressful and exhausting and expensive, I think it is our job to recognize that it's a privilege to attend college. It's a privilege to be sitting here giving a speech on my phone for this assignment, for this class. And furthermore, I believe that it's our job to use that privilege to fight for the right for everyone to obtain this kind of education because everyone deserves it, not just us. So with that, I would like to say that I do believe colleges should be 100% free in the United States. And before I give you my reasons as to why I believe that, I just want to provide a little bit of background information. So when I was choosing a college, I paid a lot of attention to what kind of scholarships and financial aid these colleges were offering me. And my family is considered middle class, so I'm nowhere near worst case scenario in this type of situation, but I really didn't get to pick a college based on what I liked or didn't like. My decision was mainly based on how much debt I would be in after graduation. So, according to a recent survey, 43.5 million Americans are currently in student loan debt in 2023. And on top of that, the average student loan balance is $37,574. So it is extremely clear that the high cost of colleges in this country is negatively impacting most Americans. But there are also some pretty big pros to making colleges 100% free that I will now discuss with you. So my first argument for making colleges 100% free would be that it increases equality among Americans. So many low-income students do not have the funds to attend college. Many people coming from low-income families basically see high school as the end of the road, and they don't even consider any other options because they believe that it's just simply out of reach for them. And even if someone does graduate high school and decide to go to college, coming from a low-income family, a lot of times people aren't able to complete their degree and are forced to drop out because they cannot continue to pay the ridiculous tuition fees that are constantly coming. And even if someone from a low-income family is able to attend college and complete college, that is often only due to the fact that they took out a lot of student loans that they will be paying off for a large portion of their lives after graduation, and basically creating this cycle of poverty because they're really never able to fully get out of it because they have all of these debts piling up from their education. So according to Pew Research, of those enrolled in college from 2015 to 2016, 47% were non-white and 31% were in poverty. 20 years ago, 29% were non-white and 21% were in poverty. So obviously, more marginalized groups and more minorities are choosing to attend college these days, probably due to the fact that more corporations and job positions are requiring degrees. So increasing access to higher education for all students by making university free leads me to my next argument, which is that it would increase the workforce. So as technology advances and the older generation fizzle out of the workforce, more and more corporations are in need of skilled workers. We all see the signs plastered all over, help wanted, help wanted. We hear everyone talking about no one wants to work, no one can find employers. But making four-year universities free would allow more people to attend college, therefore allowing more people to learn specific skill sets that will allow them to be prepared for high-skilled jobs that these corporations are looking for people to fill. So something like this has kind of already happened on a smaller scale. So in 2008, small businesses in Knox County, Tennessee couldn't find enough skilled workers. They're mainly looking for people like nurses and computer technicians. So in response, the county decided to start a program. This program was pretty much funded by local businesses, leaders, politicians, and this program offered free tuition for the community college in the area. And in the years since, a significantly higher percentage of high school graduates enrolled in college within a year, and most of them have earned degrees or workforce certificates. And this basically helps the entire community, not just these students graduating high school. And Tennessee is not the only state to implement a program like this. They're not even the only state to be successful with a program like this. So boosting the workforce, making the community better for all leads me to my next and my final argument, which is that making colleges free for everyone would boost the overall economy. So if college graduates didn't have to spend so much of their hard-earned money paying off this huge amount of debt that they owe, they would be able to save and spend quicker and easier. And we all know spending money, being a consumer, contributes to the economy, helps boost the economy, boosts business, and is good for everyone, consumer and corporation. So, a recent historical study actually found that increasing the number of universities in a country led to higher GDP growth. And I know that's not necessarily what we're talking about, but if increasing the amount of colleges in a country can increase GDP growth, I'm almost positive that having more people attend college could also increase GDP growth. And if anyone isn't sure what GDP growth is, it basically just stands for gross domestic product, and it basically just measures the market value for products in a country. So boosting the economy obviously does not just improve the lives of workers or of students, it improves the lives of everyone. It makes everyone's lives in the country just a little bit better. So there is one main argument against making colleges free in the United States, and that is that it could negatively impact the quality of college education. Basically, the idea is that if everyone goes to college, then colleges will be forced to cut certain research endeavors or programs in order to accommodate the extra students that are attending, and the overall quality of the education would decrease. However, this claim is wrong because while universities would no longer get money from students, federal funding would have to increase. And over the years, federal funding for universities has actually consistently dropped, so it's in no way a new idea for funds from universities coming from a federal government. And like I said, they have dropped. Most universities still do get funds from the federal government, but not nearly enough. And if it was made tuition free, then the federal government would just have to step up, kind of. So overall, I believe that all four-year universities in the United States should definitely be tuition free. The workforce is getting smaller every single day, the cost of living is constantly rising, and the economy is slowly going into a recession. This country is sinking, and if we want something to be done, if we want to remain one of the most educated and powerful and richest and strongest countries in the world, then something has to be done to incentivize the newer generation to get an education and to join the workforce, or else I believe we are going to plummet. And we may have to go into debt and probably pay for our education for the rest of our lives, but if we use the privilege that we have and we fight for it, maybe our children or our grandchildren won't have to. And that is about all I have for today, so I will see you guys next time. Thank you for listening, and have a good weekend.